It's the law office of Willie Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group. Week 7 brings us to Webster Schroeder High School tonight for this Class A showdown, as it's going to be the Blue Devils of Victor taking on the Warriors of Schroeder. We'll be joined by Mike Danger and Kevin Roche a little bit later on. My name's Gene Battaglia, and thanks for tuning in to Friday Night Rivals. As this matchup tonight, two teams starting to hit their stride. Schroeder has won 3 in a row, and Victor, they're starting to get their pieces together here on offense in particular, coming off a win over Spencerport. As we take a look at our players to watch tonight, and for Victor, he's playing offense now. Kyle Sager, the linebacker for this team, fantastic lacrosse player, but he broke his ankle, and the recovery, just only the last 3 games has he been on offense. It paid off last week. 2 touchdowns in the win over the Spencerport Rangers. When you're talking about the Webster Schroeder offense, that's one of the most electric players in Section 5 at the wide receiver position. Tyler Washington, he is the Class A Section 5 Player of the Week. This for his efforts in the win over Gates Chilai. So we take a look at our Ide family of dealership keys to the game tonight. And for Victor, hey, they're going against a 3-3-5 stack. They want to run the ball. They want to use their offensive line. On defense, follow number 17. It's very simple. For Schroeder, they're concerned about Victor's multiple alignments. Talking with their head coach, Mike Stump, that's something they want to identify tonight. And knowing that Victor wants to run the ball, it can't just be one tackler. It's got to be a team effort. We'll have the kickoff coming your way next. Great night for football here in October.
Since 1986, American Custom has provided home improvements to the entire Rochester area.
Now is the season to replace your old windows and upgrade to better quality that will last.
Call American Custom. Let us make your home look like new again.
Finding a quality roofer can be tough.
I'm tough and a little invasive.
I'll beat any price.
But get out! How did you get in here?
Dog door.
We don't have a dog.
I do. What?
Stellar Roofing's professional staff and industry-leading warranty guarantee your investment for decades to come.
Wrongful death after a motor vehicle crash, the words say it all, but do not begin to capture the anguish, the suffering, and the loss. It's hard not to be emotional during a time like that, but that's exactly the time when you need someone to be clear-headed, eyes open, and know exactly what has to be done to protect survivors and to get some justice. That someone will be me, William Mattar, when you call 444-4444.
Seasonal weather can take its toll on our home's exterior. Don't settle for inferior products with substandard installations. Since 1986, our mission has always been to provide quality investment that will increase your home's value. Contact us today to learn more.
Just 8 drivers remain as the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs.
Fighting on the inside.
Shifting to high gear in Las Vegas. Saturday, it's a CW primetime showdown. Where the stakes are high.
Big crash.
The heat is on.
No one is safe. He's going to go for the lead.
And speed is king.
We'll see a lot of action.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. Live this Saturday from Las Vegas at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the CW.
There's your home team. In front of the fans here tonight, Webster Schroeder, the Warriors looking for their 4th consecutive win. For Victor, it's a team, well, that needs wins to get in the sectionals and Class AA. The competition very tight here tonight. Let's take a look at our head coaches. Jeff Mandel, a longtime coach at Victor High School. Just these are 2 fine men here.
Yeah, 14 years as the head coach for this Victor Blue Devils program. Takes a lot of pride, and of course, expectations always high with Victor High School.
And Mike Stump, who he's down there for now, but he will go up top. He likes to call the plays up top. I don't know if there is another coach in Section 5, a head coach that will be going up to the booth.
Yeah, he's your offensive play caller for the Warriors. He's been the head coach here in Webster since 2018 and played his college ball at UB.
As we will now honor our great country with the playing of our national anthem. Mike Danger, how would you describe the weather we have here tonight?
Elite. It's elite season, Gene. I mean, for mid to late October, you can't ask for better weather than what we've had. And we had that big full moon early this morning that was still in the sky. And I imagine we'll have clear skies tonight here in perfect conditions for some Friday night rivals.
55 degrees, no precipitation in the forecast. It is perfect as we welcome in the third member of our broadcast team. We say good evening to Kevin Roche. Kevin?
Good evening to both of you. You know, Victor finished last season 9-1 with their only loss coming in the sectional semifinals. So at 2-4 at this stage of this season, head coach Jeff Mandel told us this week that, yeah, his team has fallen short of expectations, but the good news is they still have a pulse in Class A. 8 of the 15 teams qualify for the sectionals, and Mandel believes if they win here tonight, they keep those hopes alive. But guys, if they lose, it may just seal their fate and force them to be spectators come 2 weeks when the quarterfinals kick off.
Yeah, in that regard, thank you, Kevin. It is kind of the playoffs start early here for Victor here tonight, and if you're asking me to explain the formula, I can't do it. I mean, there's too many variables that go into it, but if Victor finds a way here tonight against the team they're chasing in the standings, it doesn't put them in, but it's going to help their cause.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you want to distill the formula down to its easiest form, just win games. I mean, if you're winning games, the formula doesn't really have to come into play, but seeding will be at play here dependent on the outcome of tonight's game. And I'll stop short of saying a must-win for Victor, but they want to get this one. They need this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's pause and listen in here for our coin toss.
Tell your guys, pull them down. Let's be respectful, okay? You're the traveling team. Red is heads, blue is tails. Red is heads, blue is tails. What are you calling, boss? He's calling tails, which is blue. It is red. You have won the toss.
We want the ball.
You want to receive.
Yeah.
Which way you want to defend?
We want to kick this way.
So we're going to defend the clock.
Line them up, guys. Line them up.
Over here, back to the clock. On the line. Back to the clock.
Guys, let's shake hands. Here we go.
Yeah, it's not what you see these days anymore. Winning the coin toss, and let's take it.
Well, you got a head coach and Mike Stump, who's been with this program a long time and calling the plays on offense. So I'm sure he wants to get his guys out there early on here and let's see what they can do offensively against this Victor Blue Devil defense.
As we take a look at these Schroeder uniforms, I want to just say this first and foremost. We love all teams. But in terms of ranking uniforms, we got an elite matchup here tonight when it comes to uniforms.
A couple of pretty good looks. I mean, we had Victor week one from the Dome in Syracuse, and maybe it was the lighting, the new lighting there at the JMA Wireless Dome that made Victor's uniforms look as good as they look. They look good tonight, too. I mean, that's a sharp, clean look there by Victor. And of course, yeah, Webster's, as far as Section 5 unis go, those are pretty neat.
Well, Tyler Washington will be one of the players deep back to receive here. He is a threat. We'll see if Victor will kick it away from him. Washington wearing number 17, our player to watch tonight for the Warriors. Schroeder at 3-3, and Victor at 2-4. Mason Overton, number 25, will be booting this one away. The kickoff brought to you by USA Insulation. Tyler Washington deep back, and they're not going to go anywhere near Washington. A little squib kick that's going to be bought at the 30 and up to about the 37-yard line. Young quarterback has made some strides this year. Colin Watkins, number 7. We may see 2 quarterbacks here, we should point out here tonight. It's not past Webster Schroeder alternate here.
Yeah, and for Watkins, his first full year at the varsity level, he's a player who played up on defense in practice last year. We'll see him on both sides of the ball tonight as well. But, yes, he'll be spelled from time to time tonight, so don't be surprised if you get more than one quarterback behind center tonight for the Warriors.
Aiden Stevens is the running back, number 5. He will carry the bulk of the load at that position. We'll get to the starters after this 1st and 10 play. The ball spotted at their own 38. Watkins claps his hands, and they will go to the running game. Stevens, good run. Falling forward was what you like to see out of a running back. So that's a nice gain up to the 46. We'll call that a gain of 7 as we take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Brought to you by the law offices of William Matar, and that offensive line anchored by Stefan Alusovsky at left tackle, Colin Raspudik at the right tackle position. We'll get to the Victor defense here after this 2nd down and short, 2nd and 3 as Watkins rolling to his left, little read option. He's just going to tuck it, lean forward, and he's going to be short of the marker. So good defensive play by Victor to bring up 3rd down. That's going to be number 72. Anthony Battaglia with the tackle. So Kistner and Battaglia are the tackles. Madison and Tucker going in. Keep an eye on Kyle Sager. He does a lot along with Yomis at the linebacker position. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for Schroeder. And Watkins will be out of the shotgun. The snap and the handoff going inside, and that's going to be good enough for the 1st down. 1st down brought to you by Lakeside Roofing and Contracting. Home at Kangaroo. We hop to it.
I know this is one of Webster Schroeder's keys to the game offensively, identifying that look from Victor pre-snap. And you had 2 high safety there. Good time to run the football if you're Webster. They did. Pre-snap is going to be key for this Warriors offense throughout the night as this Blue Devil defense throws a bunch of different formations at you.
So Watkins looking back at the sideline for the call. Everybody looking at the wristband. The primary offense, 4 wide receivers for the Schroeder team. They're into Victor territory at their 49. Watkins, here's the pressure, stepping up, flag coming down. He's going to get it to Williams, but I'm guessing danger this is coming back, as eventually Williams will be tackled.
I think they might have got number 76 there, Dutch Henberg, for a hold in the backfield.
Holding. Offense.
And those can be drive killers, certainly. And this will push Schroeder back into their own territory.
Nope.
See, it's 68. Yeah, getting the hand up there just enough. I don't know if that ultimately had anything to do with the play. The rush there by Jackson Tucker, number 55, forcing the issue. So he's going to go back to the 41. 1st down and 20 now, the down and distance. And they're only going to go with the 1 high safety. So an inviting passing formation here, perhaps. As here's the flea flicker. Watkins airing it out, going up, and it's batted around. It's caught off the deflection. Who else? Number 17, Tyler Washington, pulling it down. That's good for Lakeside Roofing and Contracting. 1st down, the home of Kangaroo. You got to come down with that pick, Mike.
I am saying it's early in the game, and I hate to say it, but that's the kind of play that makes you think, oh boy, it might be a long night. That's just a bounce that goes Schroeder's way. And you're right, Gene. You have every opportunity there to make that play if you're Nick Kriegelstein. The deflection leads to a 1st down.
Kriegelstein Sure would love to have that one back. If you can't get it, knock it down at least. Schroeder in business. They're on the move as Watkins, this play getting strung out, dishes at the last second. What great improv. And that is going to be again to Williams, and that will be good enough for another Lakeside Roofing and Contracting first down. The home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Got a little bit of an injury here. It looks like Watkins is a little gimpy coming up and looking to get a spell on the sideline here for Schroeder. Big hit at the end of that play.
Tyler Washington. Yeah, you got to stay on him like glue, number 17. So we're inside the Ide family of dealerships red zone. Ide, we'd love to earn your business. 1st and 10 at the 12. So we have a new quarterback here as well. Out there will be Hilfiger. And on the read option, he's just going to pull it down himself and lean forward. And this is not unusual. This is something that Schroeder has done all year, alternate the quarterbacks. And now, and second down, it'll be Watkins rejoining the huddle here. So Hilfiger coming in for the one play. He's ready at any point. 2nd down and 9. That was a rush of 1 yard.
And Watkins is somebody that plays what Coach calls an adjuster role with this team. Lots of mental prep both sides of the ball, and every now and then is going to need a spell. He took a big hit on that previous play. Good to see Watkins back in the game behind center.
Colin Watkins looking at his wristband and going to motion. Watkins under pressure, and this time he's just going to have to take the sack. Mason Naple, number 75. With the big play there, this to force 3rd down. Certainly that is a candidate for tonight's Vinyl Outlet defense play of the game as we take a look here.
Schroeder very self-aware coming into this game, knowing that Victor has a size advantage, and that size advantage displayed right there on that sack by Naple.
Tyler Washington will be one of the 3 receivers in the slot to the near side. Actually, he's on the left side, I beg your pardon. There's going to be Robert Kenny in the slot to the near side. And we get a timeout call. So the play clock winding down. Good opening drive here for Schroeder, but they're faced with a 3rd and 13, and it's a good time to talk this over. Well, we want to thank all of our sponsors tonight, including Uncle Buck's, right here in the village of Webster. So I'm told the meatballs and Italian sausage were just simply delicious here tonight.
Once again, another week goes by, and we no meatballs for the crew, for us up here in the booth, no Italian. So I'm glad the crew got fed. I'm glad they enjoyed it.
Thank you, Uncle Buck's here, for their sponsorship here tonight of Friday Night Rivals. Ball's at the 15. This is going to be 3rd down and 13. And, yeah, see the coaches. That's Mike Stumpf. He is at the left. Now, looking up right now, he is the head coach. He's also the offensive coordinator. Well, the quarterback does not have a headset, so he calls in the play to the sideline. 3rd down and 13. You can get the first down here, perhaps, as it's going to be a screen pass to the left side, as that's going to be the running back. Just short is going to be Aiden Stevens, as the Victor fans beneath us applauding that effort.
Give Watkins credit here for going through his progressions here, faking left. Faking right, rather, throwing left. And good pursuit defensively by the Blue Devil defense here to force the 4th down.
This has been a long drive. We're over 5 minutes on this drive. And Schroeder keeping the offense out there. And you can pick up the first down around the 2. This is 4th down and 6. Play clock down to 4. Watkins on 4th down, throws left side, end zone, caught, touchdown! Touchdown! Who else? Number 17, Tyler Washington. That's good enough for an American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown, the home improvement company that cares. It's kind of a muted celebration. We do have a Victor player that is also down on the field, but while they tend to the Victor player, what great offense we're seeing here on that fourth down play.
Yeah, and give it up to Washington, who got separation there, and really an easy throw for Colin Watkins to make out of the pocket. Overall, just an impressive first drive of the night tonight for the Warriors. You could get a sense as to why they wanted that football rather than defer that coin toss.
It's going to be Watkins. I love that quick release and then putting it where nobody else can get it.
Little toe tap at the end, just a well-executed play.
Now, there's a lot of schools looking at number 17. He would make any college program better. 6'1", 170 for Tyler Washington. Do not know who the Victor player is down.
I want to say it's 77, Kevin Madison. And he's been down for a second. I'm hoping that as he gets up now to his feet, let's hope we have a chance to see him back on the field at some point tonight, and it's nothing too serious.
Yeah, so Kevin Madison, they could rotate in Jack Tucker, perhaps, the defensive end position, but certainly they're hoping he's okay. Here's the extra point attempt coming up. Austin Wright, the lefty kicker. Snap a little high. And it's good. So, Schroeder on the opening drive. Nice drive. Starting their own 38, and they find pay dirt on fourth down. 7-0 Warriors. So we had to break here. This is the law offices of William Mattar's Friday Night Rivals on CW Rochester.
Honey, where's the best place to fix chairs?
Bob Johnson.
Chairs, like this one.
Bob Johnson doesn't fix furniture, but we service and repair every car, truck, and SUV there is. Best inventory, best service, best pricing, best people. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
Prior to tonight's game, the conclusion of it, we're going to be selecting the Vinyl Outlet Defense Play of the Game. The Vinyl Outlet, Western New York's best porch, deck, and fence installations. I love the sea of pink here. It's a fun atmosphere. It always is when you come to this side of town with Webster Schroeder tonight. Thank you for their hospitality. The earlier start tonight at 6:30 on a picture-perfect fall evening here. And it'll be the first time we'll see the Victor offense, as this will be taken at the 10. Trying to get to the outside will be Kriegelstein, and then he'll be driven back. The kickoff brought to you by USA Insulation. Gus Papajohn, the quarterback. We saw him in the opening game. The opening game, it seemed like so long ago at the JMA Wireless Dome. Papajohn. Getting back, though, Kyle Sager did not have him listed as an offensive starter tonight. That according to head coach Jeff Mandel. Indeed, it'll be Dre Yomas. Dre Yomas, fine running back in his own right, as it's going to be handed off to the fullback. Going right up the middle, and that will be indeed Sager. So Sager playing the fullback position, didn't pick that up right away. That'll be a gain of 1 to bring up 2nd down and 9. We take a look at this Victor offensive line, and that offensive line, left to right, Battaglia, Kistner, Decker, Madison, and Naple. They're looking to control it. Ricky and Franzek at the tight end. If they get the running game going, well, those tight ends could see a few good targets here tonight. We'll get to the Schroeder defense after the 2nd down and 9. Papajohn is under center. The play action. Papajohn's under pressure, and he's going to be broken up. Boy, that's just great recognition. Garrett Conger, one of the team captains, number 11, on the tackle. As we take a look at the starters defensively for the Schroeder team, what's different about this? The 3-3-5 stack. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 5 defensive backs. And that's a good formation you want to have when you're got a 3rd and 9 coming up. Papajohn will have 3 receivers to the near side, 1 tight end, and it's going to be the handoff. Trying to get this on the ground as Yomas will be driven out of bounds. And that will be number 17 in on the tackle, Tyler Washington, and Schroeder forcing the 3 and out defensively.
mentioned Garrett Conger, who made a play during that drive defensively. When we asked him who he patterns his game off of, he had an interesting answer, Gene. He didn't mention anybody in the pro or college ranks. He mentioned former Schroeder players he looks up to, a guy like Nick Bosco, which was kind of interesting to see as a player with that much pride in this program, looking up to other players who excelled in this program.
Aiden Stevens deep back here to return this. I love that answer. Oh, it's blocked, and it's going to go out of bounds. Special teams coming up with a play. And Schroeder will be in business. So perhaps it was just shanked. And the defender was right in there. Our director, Eric Carpe. Oh, yep.
Yeah, just off the side of his foot there, Gene. But if you're Webster, that's good pressure in the special teams game. And what do we always talk about? Complementary football. All three phases contributing. And special teams setting up the Warriors offense here with great field position for their second drive.
Jeff Mandel looking on. I was ready to give Tyler Cannon the credit on the block there. See if they go for the big hit here on the quick change. Here will be the play action. The throw in the middle, and it's not able to be hauled in. Zachary Caldas with his first target tonight. The pass incomplete. A lot of heat on that ball, but good play design there. If you're just tuning in on a 4th down and 6, that's our touchdown tonight. The 8-yard touchdown going to number 17, Tyler Washington. Watkins with Yomis right alongside him. Here comes the blitz. The check down near side, and that is a good check down in traffic. But then Victor swarming to that. The reception by Anthony Amico. All that for a short gain, and they'll be down to the 28.
Watkins taking a few heavy blows so far, and there's another one on that play. You gotta wonder if the sophomore's toughness is going to be tested tonight against this Blue Devil defense.
Was that late? Bam, bang, bang play. Good play by Watkins, nonetheless, to recognize what was coming. Everybody looking at the wristband here for the Warriors as the play clock is down to 5. Are they going to get this off in time? 2, 1. They call another timeout. 4:25 remaining, and the timeouts in the first half, not like the timeouts in the second half. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah, and when you're facing a 3rd and 8 here, knowing a 5-yard penalty will put you in 4th and less than manageable.
We will be back right after this. You are watching the law offices of William Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive on CW Rochester.
Remember, you can call me anytime.
Anytime?
Oh, this is my client.
Hello! Injury attorney William Mattar always puts his clients first.
I gotta take this.
There you go.
Sorry, I gotta take this.
He's recovered millions for injured accident victims.
Easy out, easy out.
Ooh.
It's mine. This is William.
Hurt in a car? Call William Mattar.
Fun night tonight with the youth involved here in the earlier start, as Kevin Roche mentioning to us, just because it's senior night, they want to get the activities going here right after, so why not start the game at 6:30 here tonight?
Love seeing all the pink in the stands for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, obviously in the month of October, and if you're a Schroeder faithful, you got to be excited about the start so far. Here's more than halfway down to the first quarter, and they're driving again with another opportunity to go up 2 scores.
3rd down and 8 as Watkins is going to send his man in motion, faking the end around. Here comes the blitz again. Watkins is going to step up, breaks a tackle. Watkins breaks another tackle. What a run! He should have been down in the backfield. Colin Watkins with the run for the first down. A Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting. The home at Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Yeah, you can see Watkins has had his success on the ground, over 131 yards rushing. And if you're Victor's defense, you can't get frustrated. But Kyle Sager had him. You can see Sager in the backfield here and just unable to bring him down. It's going to take more than a jersey tug to bring down Watkins tonight.
Inside the Ide family of dealerships red zone. Ide, we'd love to earn your business. As I'm saying that, this may come outside the Ide family of dealerships red zone as the flag coming very quickly from the official.
68 offense.
Colin Rasputic, voted on by his captains, is one of the funniest guys on the team. Nobody's laughing at a holding penalty in the red zone, Gene.
Yep, on the right side of your screen. Good job by our officials, as always. 1st and 20. Now, Schroeder's recovered from these situations so far tonight. We're in the first, but all right.
Dead ball, false start, offense.
My only wish tonight is this does not become the game we saw Monday night.
I think that both the Jets and the Bills wanted us so badly to forget about the game Monday night that they went and traded for wide receivers the following day.
Mike Stump, he has the clipboard, or he's looking at his play sheet. He's on the opposite side of the press box from us. 1st down and 25. Well, what's interesting about this, only single high safety here. Victor isn't going to go with a too high look as that pass into the air, and it's going to be incomplete. A dangerous play off the hands of Caldas, but it falls incomplete.
That's 2 passes thrown Caldas' way, 2 targets for Caldas on this drive, and he's had a hard time securing that football so far early tonight. And you mentioned him, Watkins will throw the ball with some heat. Not sure that this would have led to any sort of big gain, but number 22 bearing down on him there defensively. That's Matthew Langan for Victor's defense.
Yeah, Matthew Langan going into the lineup here for Victor in recent weeks as one of the safeties. Here's going to be 2nd and long. Pump fake. Watkins throws. He's got his man. It's going to be Amico. Amico inside the 20. It'll be wrestled down at the 10-yard line. Is not enough for the 1st down, but on 2nd and 25, you will certainly take that if you're Schroeder.
Great execution offensively here again, and got to be impressed by Watkins so far. It's been a physical first quarter. He steps up in the pocket, delivers a strike, and Amico hauling it in. Some extra yards after the catch there as well.
James Mack, the corner, making the tackle. Amico looking for his 2nd score of the season. 3rd down and makeable now. 3rd down and 6 after 1st and 25 as Watkins on the run throws, finds his man, and it'll be wrestled out of bounds along the near side. It's close to the marker. And that will be the first catch tonight for number 10, Caldas. You see the steam coming off. It doesn't feel like a night where we would be having a lot of that. But
how about that, Gene? From 1st and, 25 to 1st and goal.
Down, yeah.
So the Schroeder offense here doing a great job, and Watkins doing a great job identifying looks pre-snap from this Blue Devil defense and taking advantage, taking what the defense is giving him on every play.
It's another Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, the home of Kangaroo, where we hop to it. 1st and goal from the 6. The keeper, Watkins, to the end zone, touchdown! Touchdown, Webster Schroeder. That's an American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares. Colin Watkins making the score 13-0.
Again, I mean, not just using his legs on that play, but identifying the look that the Blue Devil defense was giving him and knowing that he was going to have some space to run there, some moves to make there towards the end zone. Watkins gets his rushing touchdown here tonight, and it's a 2-score lead for the Warriors.
So Watkins on 4th and 6, finding the 8-yard touchdown to Washington, and this a 6-yard run. The kick is up, and that has the distance, and it is good. Well, that drive aided by the good field position off the shank punt as Watkins, we're beginning to learn more about this young man. He is a very good two-way player. And if you miss an assignment of your Victor, that's what's going to happen.
Sophomore, too, so lots of upside. With a player who told us he models his game after Cam Newton. You saw a little Cam Newton on that, able to tuck it and run.
Well, he didn't do the Superman thing at
Not
the
yet.
end, though. Not yet.
No.
So.
Gets fired up for the game by popping a little Drake and some hip-hop into his headphones. And now it's up to Victor to try and match the intensity of Schroeder. They've come out the more dominant team, obviously, here to start with the 14-0 lead. But this is a Blue Devils squad with a lot of pride. They're well coached. And I don't think they're going to go quietly tonight. It'd be a surprise. It'd be out of character for them to do so.
It's funny. Normally you see teams deferring and getting the ball, and I understand why they do that. For Schroeder said, no, we want the ball. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. And that's why we have a 14-0 lead. Another kickoff brought to you by USA Insulation. As that'll be brought across the 25 and then driven back. Forward progress going up to about the 27-yard line for Yomis. Make that Eric Young, number 3, on the return.
Conger on the stop there. He's had a physical first quarter here for the Warriors. Wants to get into sports management or business when he hits college.
Victor Blue Devils breaking their huddle, and Papa John at quarterback, and they're going with the power formation. Just one receiver to the near boundary. That will be Young. The snap and the inside handoff, and it is going to go right ahead. Plowing ahead, Kyle Sager. We talked a little bit about Sager in the pregame, Danger, and a player, like he's one of the top middies in Section 5 on lacrosse. He's going to go play lacrosse at Jacksonville. But the road to get back for this football season, just credit to him.
So a plate inserted in his ankle, right? He had an ankle injury playing lacrosse last season, and will play lacrosse at the next level when he goes to Jacksonville.
First 3 games of the season, he was only playing defense. Went to head coach Jeff Mandel. It's like, Coach, can you put me in on offense? And Coach said, all right, we'll give it a shot. They've been still managing his reps. Wow, what a nice play to the outside. Kriegelstein with the move there, and that will be good enough for a first down. Brought to you by Lakeside Roofing and Contracting. The home of Kangaroo Roof. We hop to it.
So the first 2 plays of this drive for Victor, one of the keys to the game here offensively for the Blue Devils was to use their advantage in size. And you saw with that tight formation on first down and here on second down, you can watch some of this blocking downfield. I mean, it's just physicality and size, good execution in holding their blocks, and a nice job finishing there by Kriegelstein.
Bringing it up to the 48. This brings us under a minute to go here as the handoff going back to Yomis. And Yomis will bring it into Schroeder territory. And now the train is starting to roll for this Victor team. That's good enough for another first down. Brought to you by Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, the home of Kangaroo Roof. We hop to it. And they'll go all the way down to the 40. Good for enough of a gain of 12. Quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Wow, everybody kind of bunched up together. Really nobody over the top. They are thinking run. Indeed, it is going to be the run. And there's some patient running there by Sager. And if Victor wants to, they can take it to the quarter here. We'll call it a gain of 3 to bring up second down and 7. And indeed, Victor is going to walk over to the sideline. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. And a great start for the home team tonight on senior night. As beautiful night for football here in Webster. It's Schroeder off to the 14-0 lead. But Victor on the move. When we come back, it's the law offices of William Mattar's Friday Night Rivals. Driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group. Here on CW Rochester.
Chainlink is out and aluminum is in. These black aluminum fences are not only beautiful and durable, they are virtually maintenance-free. The Vinyl Outlet is one of the few companies that installs these fences using a no-dig system, keeping your yard perfect. Act fast, the Vinyl Outlet is running its 60-60-60 sale. Get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60 months no interest financing or 60% off installation. A lifetime warranty is included. Check us out online or call us for your free quote today.
important that your garage door is working properly. Call Tracy Door Company for garage doors, openers, or service. 585-426-6060.
For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
He's at the 20, at the...
We fix that. We fix that. We fix that too.
Go, go, go! Taken down at the 1-yard line. We don't fix that.
Triple O will make you go, oh, oh, oh. Triple O.
Just 8 drivers remain as the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs
Fighting on the inside.
shift into high gear in Las Vegas. Saturday, it's a CW primetime showdown where the stakes are high.
Big crash.
The heat is on.
No one is safe. He's going to go for the lead.
And speed is king.
We'll see a lot of action.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs, live this Saturday from Las Vegas at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the CW.
Yeah, stay tuned for the Platinum HVAC halftime report. Platinum HVAC, the best at what we do. We'll have this week's Triple O Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing Scholar Athletes. Triple O, service so good you're going to find a reason to call. Kevin Roche will have some interviews as well. That is the Platinum HVAC halftime report. As we begin the second, and it's Victor. They're in the visiting white uniforms with the navy helmets. And they're on the move here. They get it down to the 31. This to bring up third down and short. Ball resting on that 31. So Sager coming off the field in this formation. As you take a look at Watkins on the back end of this defense, and Watkins is going to line up now on his man in the slot. Third and short. Papa John, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. The play action, throws left side. And, catching it was Kriegelstein, but that's the rule. When your knee is touching, play is dead. A loss on the play. And you would assume Victor would go for it here now on fourth down after the loss of 3.
Yeah, less than the desired outcome here when you see that knee hit the turf. Right there. Play's over. And it goes for a loss, and now you're looking at a 4th and 4 rather than what you had in a 3rd and short.
Young, the receiver, to the near boundary. James Mack is to the far side. They're going to go 4 wide here. This on 4th down and 4. Papa John looking, throwing left side. It's going to be caught. Good for the first down. Papa John firing that one on the far side. That is going to be Mack with the first down. Good enough for a Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations. It's the Tracy Door Company.
Quick release by Papa John. All the protection he needed. Great execution. And Mack securing it for the first down. Nice overall play here by the Blue Devils as they look to kind of regain some momentum here early in the second quarter.
You know, the passing also will force Schroeder to be a little honest when it comes to how they defend here, as trying to plow his way ahead will be Yomis. They go back to their workhorse back. Short gain on the play. Official mentioning something to the Schroeder sideline here. Gain of 3 on the play. And something we're seeing more and more of, the Guardian caps, and love to see that. That's Dan Guelli, who is coming back from an injury. Number 0 wearing the Guardian cap. Second down and long. The handoff going to Yomis. Yomis making a cut. He's going to be wrapped up. Ethan Clark on the far side. Number 22 with the tackle. Third down and 4 coming up.
So let's see what Coach Mandel has dialed up to exploit this stack defense, this 3-3-5 defense that the Warriors like to employ.
Keep it on the ground, perhaps. Pick this up in 2 downs on the ground. That would be my call. Indeed, they're going to give it to Sager. Sager fouling left side of that line. Pyle moving ahead, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down. That's Battaglia, Madison, and Decker plowing ahead. That's good enough for a Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations. It is the Tracy Door Company. Now Sager will take a breather. Did his job.
A little quick inside handoff here. Great blocking up front. Sager following those blocks and then using some of that toughness to bring it to the 50.
And for the first time tonight, Victor inside the Ide family of dealerships red zone. Ide, we'd love to earn your business. Receiver going in motion near side instead of the handoff going to the far side for Victor, and that'll be Langan. That's some nice yardage on the far side. So talking with Mike Stump, that was also a concern, just my words, like kind of the eye candy that Victor will present. You see the man going into motion, but that's not where the play is going there.
No, you saw the fake by Papa John, and Langan with a nice cut, nice reversal there, and a good footwork. Gained a few extra yards there at the end of that play.
So Victor down 2 scores, starting to put something together. They're inside the 10. This is second down and 3. Bunch receivers to the near side. Yomas is the running back. Yomas gets the call. Lowering his shoulder, he's going to be close to the marker once again. Now they'll finally blow that whistle. You have to spot that ball on the far side. Up, there's the first down. So they signal first down, good enough for Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations. It's the Tracy Door Company Blue Devils with first and goal coming up from the 5.
Well, I mentioned it after the Warriors took a 2-score lead. It would be completely out of character for Victor to go quietly tonight. It looks like they're on the doorstep here with a chance to cut it to a 7-point lead.
Ashton Allen checking in on the defensive line for Schroeder. First and goal from the 5. Sager gets the call. Sager trying to break tackles. He's not going to get much. Colin Watkins helping out there, number 7. The line holding their position. Second and goal coming up.
Second and goal, Blue Devils.
Yeah, that's a good job, too, by number 5, Aiden Stevens, shedding his block. Second down and goal. Under center, Papa John, the handoff going between the tackles. Reaching over, what's the signal? Victor's calling touchdown. I've yet to see a linesman call the touchdown. Langdon on the carry, and they're going to mark it down just outside.
Yeah, I think Langan got to the goal line, but it was almost as if he backed up to the goal line, wasn't able to extend that ball for Pater here.
Langan gets the run, brings it down to about the goal line, but that's still
See Langan kind of getting turned by that Schroeder defense at the end of the play. Just not enough extension there at the end.
Forward progress might have been stopped there. All right, play clock is at 8 as Victor moseys up to that line. Papa John's going to be the keeper. Papa John to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown. Touchdown, Victor Blue Devils. That's an American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares. Gus Papa John gets Victor on the board.
Absolutely. And boy, for Victor offensively, that's exactly what they want to do. They use their size, they chewed up some clock, and they really exploit that Schrader-based defense at 3-3-5 and run the ball out physical the Warriors on that series.
Nice long drive. You realize that took over half of the second quarter here as Victor ready to put this one through. The kick is good. 14-7. Nice moon out here tonight, and it is Gus Papa John putting Victor on the board. It's the law offices of William Attar's Friday Night Rivals on CW Rochester.
Is water okay? Yeah, thank you.
Hello, Kangaroo.
Hi, thank you for calling Kangaroo.
Hello, Kangaroo.
Hello, Kangaroo.
Hi, what can I do for you today? Hello, Kangaroo.
I'm glad you called. Me too.
Yeah, give us a call. Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Closed captioning brought to you by the Vinyl Outlet. The Vinyl Outlet, the best in fences, decks, railings, and porches. So we go downstairs to Kevin Rush.
Gene, happy to be joined here by the varsity boys hockey coach, David Broussard, and a junior forward on the team, Nick Johnson. Coach, we'll start with you. 2 years ago, athletic director Sean Streggy challenged all the varsity and JV teams here at Schroeder to give back to the community, find ways to do it. How has your team embraced that initiative?
100%. We've been all over it, to be honest. We help with food cupboard things, women's shelter initiatives, most recently with the flood victims down south in the southern tier. We try to do as much as we can. We hold a Skate with the Warriors to get our younger youth players out and involved with us, and we try to jump at every opportunity we get to participate in those initiatives.
Nick, Coach touched on it a little bit. Obviously, you held a big clothing drive for the victims of that terrible flooding down in Steuben County to help out those 3 school districts down there. Why was that cause so important to your team, you and your teammates?
I think we saw an option to, help out a fellow Section 5 members and, families, and we just, stepped up to the occasion, I would say.
What's been the biggest takeaway, Coach, from this initiative and seeing so many teams at Schroeder participate?
I think, first of all, it's for the kids. It's they're showing that they're bought in to what we're trying to do as a program, not just a hockey team. They're being good citizens out in the world, not just good hockey players, first of all. Second of all, I think it shows these guys that they shouldn't take any of the stuff that they have for granted. And there are a lot of people who don't have the same amenities that they have on a daily basis. And anytime that we as a program can give back to that, we want to help out for sure.
And Nick, finally, how has this built camaraderie within your school and school spirit?
I think that, you see other teams doing this because of you, and it just, sets an example and kind of a bar to, achieve. So.
Well, best of luck with everything. Gene, we're going to send it back up to you.
Stevens, 10-5, bank it, touchdown. Thank you, Kevin. And what a play there by number 5, Aiden Stevens. Aiden Stevens, good enough for American Custom Exteriors and Interiors Touchdown, the home improvement company that cares. What an answer there on special teams. But we do have a flag on the far side. Hold everything. You can see it right there at the 11. Eric Carpy, our director tonight.
We had a personal foul, blindside block on the receiving team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Okay, so take the touchdown off the board by Stevens. It's okay. You're going to get more chances tonight, Aiden. I'm not sure if that block was needed, though, to spring him for the touchdown, David.
Yeah, unfortunate penalty there. And what a play by Stevens. It's a shame.
So they're going to put the ball back at the 26. It still is great field position here for Schroeder, and this will be the second time. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Yep.
Almost a little bit of a block in the back, but kind of a little ticky-tack there, I would say.
Yeah, he's trying to avoid contact to the head there, and we're going to get a whistle. And it's another timeout call. So Schroeder's out of timeouts here. And then you got that unsettled situation, offense coming out on the field. Maybe it's just good time just kind of use that last timeout. 5:32 remaining in the second at the 26.
Boy, Stevens, though, after that return, he came off after he saw that penalty. He was hot. Let's get Stevens the ball if they get inside the red zone here and see if he can get rewarded for that awesome return. That puts Schroeder in business here.
Yeah, prior to the conclusion of tonight's game, we're going to be selecting the Vinyl Outlet Defense Player of the Game. The Vinyl Outlet, West New York's best porch, deck, and fence installations. That's still very much up for grabs right now. Ball at the 26. So Aiden Stevens, touchdown coming off the board. Tough call going against Schroeder. Tyler Washington's got a touchdown tonight. He had 3 in the win over Gates Chila. He's going to be the receiver in the near side. Washington, instead, it's going to go to the opposite side. 50-50 ball. That's going to come down for Schroeder. That's going to be Anthony Amico with his second catch tonight. Watkins putting it up there.
Well, Watkins just impressive, man. He's been doing this all night to the Blue Devil defense, just identifying what formation they're in and exploiting it time and time again. And this time you got Amico going up, my ball. That my ball mentality, high pointing it, coming down with the big catch.
A.J. Amico, Tracy Door Company, first down for 3 generations. It's the Tracy Door Company with the ball at the 6. We're also inside the Ide family of dealerships, Red Zone Ide. We'd love to earn your business. Schroeder looking for their 3rd touchdown tonight. The handoff going inside in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! Webster Schroeder Warriors, and it's only fitting that Aiden Stevens gets the call. Stevens with the touchdown. That's an American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares.
And Coach Stump is just down the hall from us. I just wanted to point that out. Maybe he heard us saying that would be fitting for him to get that touchdown there. They cap the drive. Stevens, after that massive return in the special teams game, the kickoff return that got him in good field position, capping off the drive with the score.
So 2 for 2 tonight, has been right on the extra points. The snap is down. That is the good hold by Hilfiger. And it is going to be good. 21-7 is our score. As you look at Stevens, we go to break here. It is the law office of William Attar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group. Schroeder with a 21-7 lead here on CW Rochester.
Hello?
Hey, Joey, Grandpa's coming over.
Hey, Mom. Grandpa's on his way over.
It's important that your garage door is working properly. Call Tracy Door Company for garage doors, openers, or service. 585-426-6060.
For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Yeah, stay tuned for the Platinum HVAC halftime report. Platinum HVAC, the best at what we do. We'll have this week's Triple O heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing scholar athletes. Triple O, service so good you're going to find a reason to call. And if you're just tuning in, hey, how did you get to this 21-7 score? We'll have all the highlights. Kevin Roche will be by. That is the Platinum HVAC halftime report coming your way. As Victor, this doesn't look good. The USA Insulation kickoff, as they cannot get it back to the 20-yard line. So Schroeder, all 3 phases kind of working here tonight for the Warriors.
On special teams there, that kickoff, you could have just dubbed that chaos because it didn't appear like Victor knew what to do with that squib there at the end, running into guys and not able to get a real great return here. But Victor, again, you know, they answered with their last drive to get on the board, and it's a well-coached team with a lot of size, got some experience. I would expect an answer here from the Blue Devils.
21-7 is our score as Papa John. Now, for the Victor offense, they did their job, and they could be setting themselves up for a double dip here. Well, there's run right up the middle. Good burst there, and that is going to be good for a first down, as that will be number 9, Dre Yomas. Good for a Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Nothing real fancy about that, just domination up front. Nice big hole for Yomas to speed through and collect that first down.
Conger and Gwelly on the tackle. Decent game to about 14 yards. High formation. Yomas in the tail of this eye. And the handoff going and trying to work his way ahead. Yomas spinning ahead. And they'll mark him up to the 35, a gain of 8.
Dan Gwelly showing blitz before the play. Picked up, but able to shed a tackler or shed a blocker and get in for the tackle of Yomis.
And keeps the clock moving. Victor with all 3 of their timeouts. Schroeder, by the way, they've used all their timeouts already. 2nd down and 2. Once again, the I formation. And once again, going back to the ground. Yomis needed 2. He gets about 3. Good enough for Tracy Door Company first down. For 3 generations, it is the Tracy Door Company. And we've got an injured Blue Devil down. That'll be Aiden Kistner, number 52. So this will give Victor a chance to kind of talk it over, and hopefully it's just a cramping situation.
Even in the middle of October, Gene, we say it at the beginning of the year. We'll say it in week 7 of Section 5 football. Boys, hydrate.
That's I cannot wrap my mind around that. 2 weeks from tonight, we will be in sectional play, and when you look across, you widen the lens there, Mike Danger. Not only in Class A, who's going to make it in? Class AA, McQuaid lost to UPrep. It is so wide open. If you're a Section 5 fan, I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun coming up into it.
And don't you get the sense, Gene, that with Webster Schroeder and how they've looked so far tonight, that they're getting hot at the right time, looking for their 4th straight win tonight against Victor, and their combined record of their first 3 opponents this season, 17-1. So, played some really, really good teams, tough schedule to start the season, and it's not going to get any easier for Schroeder, but they are playing their best football right now.
Yeah, one of those losses, a crossover game right at the top, losing to Fairport, and realize, wow, Fairport is certainly for real. So you look back at that now, that's not a bad loss at all.
Top of the standings in AA, undefeated Red Raiders.
Matthew Langen going in at running back. This will be 1st and 10. Up to the 39-yard line. Play action. Papa John, he's got time. Throws it down, and then the big hit. Oh, delivering that hit is Tyler Washington. And that gets the fans fired up.
Also gets a flag.
Boy, the home crowd does not like it. Now they're gonna huddle up here. I'm gonna reserve judgment until our crew shows the replay. At first blush, that just looked bang to me.
We got a defenseless receiver. Personal foul. Here.
Yeah, good to mute the mic there.
I don't know. Felt like he kind of turned around and started to move forward.
It's in the strike zone. Okay, let's kind of get that. I do not like that call whatsoever. That is, with all due respect.
No helmet to helmet.
Control your...
As it is going to be a false start going against Victor.
And our referee tonight sending a little verbal warning to the Webster sideline is a couple of calls that they're not fans of here.
Well, if you get a call that goes against you, you got to rise above one play. It's that simple, as Langdon will burrow ahead. He's got that burst, gets it down to the 29, and it's not good enough for a first down, but that gets plenty of yardage on 1st and 15. We'll call that a gain of 12.
Yeah, we've seen the junior running back with some nice runs tonight here against this Warrior defense, and Langen making some plays. He doesn't have a lot of the size that you see some of the power backs in Section 5, but boy, he knew how to exploit that crease.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out. That's the backup, Luke Potter, coming in to have the lead block. Luke Potter, a junior, and it's not easy when you're kind of on the sideline and your number gets called, but a good job by number 70. That's going to be another run for a first down. So Victor on the move, down by 2 touchdowns. That's good for Tracy Door Company. First down for 3 generations. It's the Tracy Door Company.
Approaching 2 minutes in the half. Victor still with their full complement of timeouts.
Well, at the very least, you don't want to let Schroeder get the ball back, and I certainly it's looking good from that standpoint. To the left side, breaking a tackle is going to be Yomis. Yomis, great second effort. He's close to the marker, and he's going to get it on the second effort. Wow, that pile just kept moving and moving, and that's good enough for Tracy Door Company. First down for 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company. We are also inside the Ide family of dealerships red zone. Ide, we'd love to earn your business.
Well, you're right. The potential for that coveted double dip exists here, Gene, with the clock winding down to a minute and a half. Victor getting the second half kickoff, so they could score here, get the ball to start the second half, and even things up without Webster getting a chance on offense.
Young in the slide. It's going to be the throw to the near side. That's going to be brought ahead. Sager with the reception inside the 10 down to about the 6.
Victor pass complete to number 1, Kyle Sager.
A lot happening here with the misdirection and Sager. And that's just good pursuit there by number 5, Aiden Stevens.
Like Papa John with a little shoulder shake there as well to deke out a defender.
Well, look at the clock here. They're not going to leave any time for Schroeder on the other side here. Here's going to be the handoff going between the tackles to Yomis. Yomis kind of running sideways there as the pile moves down to about the 2. And we get a whistle, and this will be the first timeout called by Victor with 35 seconds remaining. Good time to take a deep breath. Bring up 3rd and 1. So very nice down and distance here because... And maybe it's a smart timeout, too, because you don't need to get the, the touchdown here. Let's take a look back here at the way we got here, and it is going to be Watkins throwing it over to his main man, number 17, Tyler Washington. Watkins then running into the end zone. And makes it 14-0. That from 6 yards out. Things going very well for Schroeder. But then this was Victor saying, no, we're here to play. Nice long drive that is going to be the quarterback keeper. And they are into the end zone. But then big special teams return. Called back a little bit by penalty. But in the end, the guy who scored that kickoff return gets it in the end, being number 5, Aiden Stevens.
14 years as the head coach of the Victor Blue Devils. There's a good look at head coach Jeff Mandel.
Yeah, this season starts, they go away every year. It's kind of a neat bonding experience the Blue Devils do. Here will be the handoff inside, and that is going to go back to about the 6. And another timeout called.
No room for Yomis on this one. Is great penetration by that Warrior defense.
That's going to be Goelli at the bottom of that pile wrapping up. Well, Yomis is going to walk it off here. And not only didn't you get the touchdown, you lost a yard there. So it's going to be 4th and 2 now. Well, everybody not 100% this time of year. And Yomis going to walk that off. Well, I'm going to state the obvious. Big play for both teams here. 4th and goal from the 2. Just 30 seconds remaining here before halftime. Schroeder breaking their huddle. Danger, do you keep it on the ground here?
I think so, yeah. You have a size advantage. It's worked for you for the most part tonight. You still have a timeout remaining.
Well, we got a different quarterback, different look. This is going to be Kriegelstein. Everything looks a little different. So Kriegelstein out of it. The pitch, left side. And did he get it?
Nope.
Crowd is cheering like they didn't. And Schroeder will get the hold. Big, can't call it goal line stand, but close enough. As Watkins and his defensive teammates, they're fired up.
And up to number 3 is stopped short by the Warrior defense. Warriors will take over.
Well, you had the call, the razzle-dazzle, and Young not able to get to the outside, use that speed that he's known for.
Antonio Tebow, and as well as Colin Watkins. Boy, Watkins tonight.
Good football player, isn't he?
Oh, he's just outstanding.
Future's bright for him and for this program. He's a sophomore, and the way he plays on both sides of the ball, a bright future.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to him this week. For sophomore, very mature. Here's going to be the handoff going between the tackles. And, hey, Schroeder, they don't have any timeouts, but you know what? Let's give it a shot here. And, get some that whistle blowing now. And this should take us to the end of the half. Boy, for Schroeder tonight, coming in on a 3-game winning streak. And now here comes a test. Victor, kind of a quasi-playoff game for them. They need this one. Schroeder has answered here so far, but we've got a whole half of football to be played. 21-7 is our score. Victor head coach Jeff Mandel, we'll catch up with him. We go downstairs to Kevin Roche. Kevin?
All right, Gene, thanks so much. Here with Coach Mandel. Coach, their first 3 drives lead to touchdowns. How do you slow them down in the second half?
Yeah, we had a couple of chances at interceptions that they just beat us to the ball. So, we got to make the most of those opportunities, and then gave them a short field on a bad punt and on the kickoff return. So, we're moving the ball. We got to punch it in there, and we get the ball at half. Hopefully we can make it a game.
Best of luck in the second half. Appreciate the time. Gene?
Thank you, Kevin. And we will hopefully catch up with head coach Mike Stump of Schroeder, as we got a lot planned for you. Coming up next, it's the halftime show presented by Platinum HVAC. 21.
Turn your old deck into dollars with our deck trade-in program. You can trade in your old deck and earn cash back towards a brand new deck that is backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. Our decks outlast wood 3 to 1, and we build your new deck with top quality materials that look great for decades and are virtually maintenance free. All you have to do is visit TradeInMyDeck.com, answer a few quick questions about your deck, and you'll see your estimated trade-in value instantly. Visit TradeInMyDeck.com for your new deck today.
I'm Josh Allen. He's Steve Tasker. We are Team West Her.
Check this out. During Jeep Adventure Days and Ram Power Days at West Her Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat. Get the low lease payment that you really, really want. At West Her, get a great lease payment today on a new 2025 Ram 1500 or on a new 2024 Jeep Compass or new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Over 800 vehicles ready to drive away today.
Welcome to West Her.
We fix that. We fix that. We fix that too.
Go, go, go! Taken down at the 1-yard line. We don't fix that.
Triple O will make you go, oh, oh, oh. Triple O.
Just 8 drivers remain as the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs.
Fighting on the inside.
Shifting to high gear in Las Vegas. Yeah! Saturday, it's a CW primetime showdown. Where the stakes are high.
Big crash.
The heat is on.
No one is safe.
He's going to go for the lead.
And speed is king.
We'll see a lot of action.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. Live this Saturday from Las Vegas at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the CW.
You're watching the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report. Platinum HVAC, the best at what we do.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Rivals and the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report. Time now to introduce you to this week's Triple O Scholar Athletes. Nick Kriegelstein is this year's nominee from Victor. Nick is a team captain for both football and basketball. Academically, Nick is engaged in a range of advanced placement courses. He also volunteers as both a coach and umpire for Victor Youth Sports. And Ava Brown is Webster Schroeder's Scholar Athlete Selection. Ava is a first-team All-League for competitive cheer and recipient of the National Cheerleading Association Award. Ava regularly achieves the high honor roll and has received a junior scholarship offer from St. Bonaventure. The Scholar Athlete Program recognizes students who achieve both on and off the field. At the end of the season, one winner will be selected to receive a $5,000 scholarship to the school of their choice. We're grateful to Triple O Heating and Cooling for their generous support of the Scholar Athlete Program. 21-7 is our score. It is Schroeder with the lead against Victor as we welcome in Kevin Roche.
All right, Gene, thanks so much. Here with Athletic Director for Webster Schroeder, Sean Streggy. And Sean, your first time hosting Friday Night Rivals here at Schroeder. What makes it special to be able to showcase your uniqueness here at Schroeder?
Well, we have a lot of moving parts here, and obviously we're really excited. Right behind us is the dance team, and we have our Warrior in a Making cheerleading crew that's out here tonight. So we like to think of football games like this or sort of a community event, and it's a way for us to sort of incorporate all the different clubs, activities. They all come out on a Friday night. It's nice when there's better weather, it's not raining or sleeting. We've had some good ones, and this is just kind of a great night for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely, and to have all of Section 5 being able to watch on CW Rochester with Friday Night Rivals. We talked earlier with your head coach of your varsity boys hockey team, David Broussard, and Nick Johnson, also a forward on that team as a junior, and we discussed the initiative that you started a few years ago with all of your JV and varsity programs, wanting them to get out in the community and find ways that they can donate their time to help make the local community better and nationally as well. Some teams have taken on to that. Why was that initiative important to you to get started here?
Well, that's a good question. Really, it comes down to, we try to do a lot with athletics, and you can't always guarantee that things are going to come out your way. But that's a way where you can really have an impact on kids, whether they are the best player on the team or they're just going to be a role player or they're trying a sport for the first time. They can all find a way to factor into that and give back in their community. And then they come back and they say, hey, remember when we did the Miracle Field, or remember when we did the breast cancer walk? Those things are some of the ones that our student athletes have identified that they remember the most, not always the big game or the holding the trophy. So we took that metric and we said, let's see if we can get everybody to do it.
Hey, well, what better way to get these student athletes and the entire Webster Schroeder community, when they leave here, get them ready for the next step. Sean, we appreciate your time here tonight. Thank you for having us on senior night. Of course, senior ceremonies come up for the football team after the game here tonight. Gene?
Yeah, and you could see the cheerleaders getting recognized as well. The Webster dance team entertaining the crowd here at the half, as we are going to have more of your halftime show coming your way next. It's the law offices of William Attar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group, here on CW Rochester.
Hello?
Hey, Joey, Grandpa's coming over.
Hey, Mom. Grandpa's on his way over.
It's important that your garage door is working properly. Call Tracy Door Company for garage doors, openers, or service. 585-426-6060.
For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
He's at the 20, at the...
We fixed that. We fixed that. We fixed that too.
Go, go, go! Taken down at the 1-yard line. We don't fix that.
Triple O will make you go, oh, oh, oh. Triple O.
Finding a quality roofer can be tough.
I'm tough.
And a little invasive.
I'll beat any price.
But get out! How did you get in here?
Dog door.
We don't have a dog.
I do. What?
Stellar Roofing's professional staff and industry-leading warranty guarantee your investment for decades to come.
should have called Kangaroo.
Yeah, give us a call. Kangaroo. We hop to it.
You're watching the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report. Platinum HVAC, the best at what we do.
Fun atmosphere here tonight as Schroeder and entertaining the home crowd. 21-7 as we are at the half, leading the Victor Blue Devils. Well, each week during halftime on our Friday Night Rivals broadcast, we'll be showcasing outstanding Thursday night lights and Friday Night Rivals game highlights from across the country. Let's take a look at some of the best from last week.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Curtis doesn't like what he sees, takes for himself now towards the left sideline, still on his feet, still up. D-Tech closing. Jared Curtis with his third touchdown of the night as Nashville Christian.
NC State kickoff. And that ball comes loose and Sanderson recovers. Throws deep. Blair brings it in. Jadon Blair wrestling to the 15.
Oh, Notre Dame fans, you gotta love seeing that one. Jadon Blair.
Ball in the air, and it's intercepted. Oh. Coming down with it is Emilion Johnson, who made the pick and takes it back to the 41-yard line.
Carpenter looks to throw. He will. It's intercepted in the end zone for the Red Devils. And bringing it out. Looking for a big return. Here comes St. Clairsville. Off to the races. All the way back for the score. Gage Wolf.
Now he steps up, wants to go for it all up the right side and pull it down at the 20. Inside the 20 again is Katori Marion.
Just great seeing all that from around the country. Well, who knows? We may end up on that reel next week. You never know. Webster Schroeder, 21. Victor 7 on the lights tonight on a Friday. This is Friday Night Rivals on CW Rochester.
Don't settle for a less than perfect yard. Now is the time for change. Build your dreams today by enhancing the beauty and safety of your home with a new fence, porch, or deck from the Vinyl Outlet. Take advantage of our 60-60-60 sale. Get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60 months no interest financing or 60% off installation. A lifetime warranty is included. Act today. It's the best time to save on your new fence, deck, or porch. Schedule your appointment now.
Let us transform your home.
He's at the 20,
We fixed that. We fixed that. We fixed that too.
Go, go, go! Taken down at the 1-yard line. We don't fix that.
Triple O will make you go, oh, oh, oh. Triple O.
Because the rain is back in a big way, but there is hope. Just cloudy skies out there. Well, we've got some showers in the rain.
Oh, that is bright. You need to just call Kangaroo.
Yeah.
I would just call them.
Give us a call. Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Just 8 drivers remain as the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs
Fighting on the inside.
shifting to high gear in Las Vegas. Saturday, it's a CW primetime showdown where the stakes are high.
Big crash.
The heat is on.
No one is safe. He's going to go for the lead.
And speed is king.
We'll see a lot of action.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs, live this Saturday from Las Vegas at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the CW.
You're watching the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report. Platinum HVAC, the best at what we do.
21-7 is our score. Webster ahead by 2 scores. As the head coach of the Warriors is Michael Stump, and he's standing by with Kevin Roche.
All right, Gene, thanks so much. Coach, big stop there at the end of the half. 4th and 2, you guys get the stop. How big was that for your defense?
Enormous, because to be honest with you, they had the ball the entire second quarter. I think we had 3 offensive plays. Our defense was out there a real long time, and 21-14 with them getting the ball in the second half is much different than 21-7. So we got a little bit of breathing room. But, Coach Mendel and his staff do a great job. These guys aren't going to quit. They're coming out here, and they're going to do everything they can to win. So we got to play really well. We got to play really, really well.
Offensively, winning a lot of those 50-50 balls with your guy, number 17, Washington. He's getting it done. How big has he been for you guys?
He was huge. He made a play on that one ball. I don't even know how he came up with it. But we'll take it, obviously. And we just got to keep getting the ball in our playmakers' hands, and hopefully they can cash in for us. That's the goal, right?
Best of luck in the second half. Appreciate the time. Gene?
All right, thank you, Kevin. As we'll take a look at the highlights here. And entertaining first half. And, boy, this is a play. Jeff Mandel identified this as one of the plays. If you get a chance on defense to come up with one, that would have ended that drive instead. That is going to be the big man, Tyler Washington, coming down with it. And it'll be Washington again. This for the reception touchdown, making it 7-0. What a rifle there by Watkins. Watkins then dual threat. Keeps himself 6 yards for the touchdown. Papa John answering. This would make it 14-7 after the extra point was up and good. But then a long kickoff return negated by the penalty. But in the end, Stevens is able to score anyways. We will have our second half coming your way next year on CW Rochester.
Joey, Grandpa's coming over.
Hey, Mom, Grandpa's on his way over.
It's important that your garage door is working properly. Call Tracy Door Company for garage doors, openers, or service. 585-426-6060.
For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Chain link is out and aluminum is in. These black aluminum fences are not only beautiful and durable, they are virtually maintenance-free. The Vinyl Outlet is one of the few companies that installs these fences using a no-dig system, keeping your yard perfect. Act fast, the Vinyl Outlet is running its 60-60-60 sale. Get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60 months no interest financing or 60% off installation. A lifetime warranty is included. Check us out online or call us for your free quote today.
Why do you ride?
Why do I ride?
I like doing dangerous things safely.
I ride because I can't imagine not.
I'm kind of a gearhead.
I love being lost. There's no way I'm putting a GPS on my bike.
Knees in the breeze, man. It's like, there's nothing like it.
There's a love for riding that can't be explained unless you ride. And if you're ever injured on a motorcycle, we're ready to help. Hurt on a motorcycle? Call William Mattar, 444-4444.
Is water okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, Kangaroo.
Hi, thank you for calling Kangaroo.
Hello, Kangaroo. Hello,
Kangaroo.
Hi, what can I do for you? Hello, Kangaroo.
I'm glad you called.
Me too.
Yeah, give us a call. Kangaroo. We hop to it.
It will be Victor to receive here the second half kickoff as Schroeder won the coin toss and they took it. And to their credit, they ended up scoring on that opening drive. The kickoff brought to you by USA Insulation. As Young going a lot of east to west running, it's going to pay off. He's got a nice return across the 35 and up to about the 38-yard line. As we take a look at the Stellar Roofing halftime adjustment. Stellar Roofing, premier roofing solutions for Western New York.
So offensively, if you're Victor, you know you have a size advantage. Keep using that size to your advantage. And we heard Coach Mendel say going into the half, they need to capitalize on their opportunities defensively. A couple of turnovers that were there, takeaways that were there for them that they weren't able to execute on. And for Schroeder, keep playing to your strengths. You have playmakers, get the ball in their hands, and defensively, keep following the ball. Gang, to have a party at the ball because Victor has that size advantage, you need as many guys after it as possible.
Well, special teams have been kind of rough here for Victor here tonight, and as evidenced by this, a penalty on the kickoff. So instead of having it up across the 35, this will be all the way back at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 as the handoff going inside, and that's a big difference having Gwelly back in the lineup tonight, number 0. Cleared to play just this week. Making the tackle there. And his teammate's happy for him. No gain on that play. Tabatis will be the receiver in the slot. Papa John under center. Long count as Yomis gets the call, and he will get stopped up at the 20.
And don't you get the sense, Gene, I know we just started the second half, but Victor kind of with that long call, milking the play clock for all that they can. You heard Coach Stump mention that they didn't get a lot of time with the ball on offense in the second quarter, and a big part of that was the game being controlled, the clock being controlled by the Blue Devil offense.
It only works though when you get to a third manageable here. This is going to be 3rd down and 6. Papa John under center. Here's the screen pass coming. A lot of track at the boat slips. They'll give the credit to Colin Watkins on that, number 7. And that's a tough 3 and out for the visitors from Victor.
Well, we mentioned capitalizing on their opportunities, right? Defensively, they haven't been able to get those takeaways that were in their grasp, and now you have to wonder if they just missed an opportunity there with the opening possession of the second half and not able to even convert to 1 first down.
The last punt was shanked. And it's going to be a fake. Bring it to the up man. With their season on the line, what a gutsy call. Isn't enough for the first down.
Victor believes it is.
I've yet to see the officials say so.
The spot looks like they
got it.
Got it.
Wow. The fake punt by the Blue Devils. Good for a Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, the home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
What can you say about that call? All guts and great execution by Kriegelstein. Get that lean for the first down.
Nick Kriegelstein, our O scholar athlete, as mentioned during the Platinum HVAC halftime report. What a play for Victor. That could be the play of the season here when you're considering what's at stake here, how they need this win, as that's going to go up for about 2 yards, and the drive continuing here for the Blue Devils. 2nd and 8 coming up. Nick Kriegelstein, again, he's both a coach and umpire for Victor Youth Sports.
Yeah, plays center field for Victor Baseball, and in that first quarter, this is the center fielder. He had an opportunity at a deep ball that he could have intercepted.
Pitch going to Yomis. Yomis head of steam. Yomis getting the pile, and he's going to get enough for first down. Victor on the move. They get it up to the 37. That's a gain of 9, and another first down brought to you by Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, the home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Schroeder head coach Mike Stumpy, he said, this is a good Victor team. They're well coached. They're going to have to play really good football, both sides of the ball here, to maintain their lead and come away with the win. And right now, Victor seems to be getting the better of Webster. And remember that fake punt? That might have been a turning point there.
1st and 10 at the 38. Victor in the white uniforms with the blue and gold helmets. The handoff. Again, Watkins on the tackle, and that pile moving all the way up near midfield. It's always good when you can have a player like Langen coming in. So Langen getting the call there. Look at the pulling offensive lineman. That's the left tackle, Anthony Battaglia, coming over to the right side to pave the way. Number 72.
Worth noting at the end of that play, Watkins coming off defensively for Schroeder, grabbing his wrist, his hand.
Ooh. As the handoff going back to Langdon. And Langdon's second effort, he'll get it up to the 49-yard line. That's good enough for a Lakeside Roofing and Contracting first down. Kangaroo, the home of Lakeside Roofing and Contracting. We hop to it. Now Langdon will step out. Yomis coming back in along with the quarterback Papa John to deliver the play. Well, this is another time-consuming drive here, as this will bring it into Schroeder territory. Yomis getting it down to the 47. And by the time the ball is snapped here, this drive will have gone over 5 minutes already. Can't afford to bring up 2nd down and 6.
But you see the Blue Devils at work. I mean, their defense has struggled against the playmakers of this Warriors offense. Let's shorten the game a little bit. Let's keep the ball away from their offense, eat up as much clock as we can, and capitalize on these drives.
I formation, Sager back in there on 2nd down and long. Faking it to Sager. There is the play. Oh, Papa John escapes, and he delivers it to Sager on the outside. Sager on a Houdini act there by number 12. First down for Victor. That's good enough for a Lakeside Roofing and Contracting first down. The home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
About 16 yards on the play, but flag down.
And there is a flag down on the far side.
Personal foul, face mask, here.
And tack on another 15.
Well, you did see Papa John's head kind of swivel to the side here, as you can see up by the helmet, and right there is your penalty.
It's the horse collar, yeah. And goodbye, Papa John, to point that out there, too. Nathan Vasquez had a chance, but...
Well, great job by Papa John keeping his composure and delivering that ball downfield for the first down.
You mark off the penalty yardage, you're inside of the red zone. The Ide family of dealerships red zone. Ide, we'd love to earn your business. Papa John off the plate, fake to the end zone, off the hands, and picked off. Picked off on the near side. And coming away with it will be number 6, Travis Washington. And Travis Washington brings it ahead. The one thing Victor couldn't afford to do. And the Webster Schroeder defense holds. That is going to be the sophomore Travis Washington with the interception. But don't break, Danger. That's what they've done here tonight.
And they've capitalized on their opportunities where Victor have failed to do so. I mean, that's, again, going back to the first quarter, when the ball kind of bounces your way, you just have a sense this might be our night. And the ball has bounced Schroeder's way all night. They get the turnover here on the deflection.
The intended receiver, the tight end, Ryan Franzak, a little behind him, but when it goes off your hands and up into the air, that is always the most dangerous situation for any offense. Schroeder taking over on their own 19. That very well may be our final outlet defense play of the game, considering the circumstances. That drive took nearly half of the third quarter, and Victor has nothing to show for it.
Nice to see Colin Watkins in the game after he injured his wrist or his hand in that last defensive series. He was throwing the ball around on the sideline before this series, so appears to be no worse for the wear. Looking to guide his offense now to extend this lead for the Warriors.
John Console is the quarterback coach. A lot of good help on both sides here. Console for Webster Schroeder. Here's going to be the handoff. Big gain here in traffic. And a first down there for Stevens. Aiden Stevens across the 40. They'll mark him up to the 42. A gain of 21. That's good enough for a Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting. The home of Kangaroo. We hop to it. Oh, with the stiff arm on the end.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, arm tackles aren't going to work on Stevens. You're going to have to get a body on that one.
Watkins handing it off, and there's a good defensive play. Victor needed something like that to come through. That's going to be number 78, Gage Ramos.
No gain on play. Second and 10 Warriors.
Play by Ramos as they will cycle in different defensive linemen. Ramos being just a sophomore. Along with Kevin Roche and Mike Danger, my name is Gene Battaglia. Admittedly, that headshot probably is like from 7-8 years ago. So, second down and 10. Here's the play action. And Watkins in trouble, and Watkins will be wrapped up. With the sack is going to be number 40, Brody Salati. Salati coming in, but he's just finishing off the play that his fellow linemen set up for him.
That's a sophomore. Brody Salati with the big play on defense there, making the most of his opportunity, making a big play when his number is called, and not giving up on the play.
Here's what I like about Watkins on this play. Just know the situation. Don't be. You're up by 14. The play is busted at that point.
Protect the football. Protect the football. Don't give them any hope.
Do they go bubble screen to Washington? Actually, Washington now sprinting over the other side, and he is going to try to set up a block, and that's going to be batted down. Big play on the opposite side by Matthew Langen.
Boy, Langen, I think, his eyes got pretty wide when he saw that, when he read Watkins all the way, jumped the route, and if he catches that, we're talking about a 1-score lead for the Warriors and not a 2-score lead. He had a pick 6 in mind on that one.
It was kind of strange how Watkins sprinted. I couldn't tell if he was in motion or if he was lined up in the wrong spot. And after the interception, the Victor defense picking the team up here, down by 2 scores. Here's the first punt of the night for Schroeder. And it is going to take a Schroeder bounce as Nathan Ovaro and others ready to down him. 3:26 remaining here in the third. Schroeder up by 2 scores. It's the law office. It's the Willie Matar's Friday Night Rivals. Driven by Bob Johnson Automotive on CW.
Honey, where's the best place to fix chairs?
Bob Johnson.
Chairs, like this one.
Bob Johnson doesn't fix furniture, but we service and repair every car, truck, and SUV there is. Best inventory, best service, best pricing, best people. Bob Johnson. This is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
Well, maybe it's that interception by number 6, Travis Washington, but you want to stick around. Prior to the conclusion of tonight's game, we're going to be selecting the Vinyl Outlet defense play of the game. The Vinyl Outlet, West New York's best porch, deck, and fence installations. Washington out there. Number 6 on the far side. Tyler Washington to the near boundary as the corner. This drive starting at the 35, the pitch going to the outside. And that's going to be Sager. Sager with some good hard running. Actually, Yomis, I beg your pardon, getting across the 40 and up to about the 43 for a gain of 8.
Yomis, all-around great athlete for the Blue Devils, runs track in the spring, throws disc and shot put as well. Patterns his run game after Marshawn Lynch and Bijan Robinson. I thought I saw a little beast mode on that last run.
Second down and 2. We're under 3 minutes to go already in the third. This was a 6:30 kickoff tonight from Schroeder. As, you didn't need much, needed just a couple. That's going to go for about 4. Good enough for a Lakeside Roofing and Contracting first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, the home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
First down. 48-yard line.
Up to the 48-yard line. Mason DeBottis will be the receiver in the slot to the left. Papa John going to shake off that interception on the last drive. The run blitz. Can they get around it? Langdon, first down and more. 35, 30, 25, 20. One man to beat. He's going all the way. Touchdown! Touchdown! Victor, Blue Devils. Matthew Langdon, they beat the run blitz. That's good enough for an American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares.
Well, we've seen Langdon all night tonight making plays with his speed and his shiftiness. Mentioned he doesn't have the same size as you would see from a lot of Section 5 backs, but boy, on that play, made the most out of his opportunities, taking it to the house. Big play, and a night he'll remember for sure as he draws his team closer here. A one-score game with just over 2 minutes left in the third.
Deceptive speed once you realize he got to the corner. That's an important extra point that is up and good, and it is a one-score game. Victor now down by 7. Langdon taking it to the house. It's a law office of the William Attar's Friday Night Rivals. So we take one other look as we go to break here on CW Rochester.
Local business is at the heart of every community. But lately, you're seeing a lot less local and a lot more corporate. But Ide Volkswagen is still locally owned. So when you do business with us, not only are you supporting a local family-owned business, but you're also supporting the hundreds of charities, sports teams, events, and organizations that we take part of in your community. So if you're in the market for a vehicle or service, please visit us at Ide Volkswagen in East Rochester. We're here, we're local, and we'd love to earn your business.
You know, it's getting serious when they start to play the Rocky music here. Langen with a fantastic run on this touchdown, number 22. What great vision. Look at that block there by 72 Battaglia. And then when you can outrun 17 Tyler Washington.
You mentioned that block by Battaglia. I mean, he using that experience there at left tackle, his third year on varsity, springing Langen for the long touchdown. Battaglia is impressive. He's looking at Mercyhurst, maybe UB, SUNY schools. Somebody I know might be interested in him exploring his future at Fordham, possibly.
As that'll be an end-over-end kick. As that will go to the outside. And that will be brought ahead. Good enough across the 40 up to the 42. A USA Insulation kickoff.
Down to the 42-yard line. First and 10 to the Warriors.
Now, closed captioning for this broadcast brought to you by the Vinyl Outlet. The Vinyl Outlet, the best in fences, decks, railings, and porches. All right, an important series for Schroeder here as don't you get the sense that things are kind of shifting here, even though you had the turnover right at the end. This, I mean, virtually it looked like, 9 of the 10 minutes the ball has been possessed by Victor in this quarter. Watkins, going to get something going here. Takes the snap, sets up the screen, going over to Washington. Washington trying to move. Look at all those white jerseys swarming. Got to give Washington credit.
Kept his feet moving, didn't he?
Yeah, he's not going to go down easily. And just like a hive, everybody coming around for Victor, swarming there.
Give that guy a spell as Washington comes to the sideline for a play. There was a lot. There was a lot to absorb on that play. I feel like he tried to juke out half of that Blue Devil defense.
Washington takes off his helmet, and he's now seated on the bench, so hopefully he's okay here. So Watkins on 2nd down and 9. All that for a gain of 1. Handoff going inside. There's a good draw. That's going to go to the big man, Aiden Stevens, at 6 foot, 170. Kind of runs like he's on 270. It's going to be all the way down to the 43. That's good enough for Lakeside Roofing and Contracting first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, the home of Kangaroo Roof. We hop to it.
Yeah, I mean, this is Webster playing to their strengths, right? You have playmakers on offense with Watkins and Stevens and certainly Washington. And with Washington on the bench right now, getting tended to, Stevens stepping up with the big rush there on first down.
Tyler Washington on the bench here as they are going to go back to Stevens. And Stevens from behind Salati will be able to make the tackle, but not before. This goes down to the 37. And if Schroeder wants to, they could take it to the quarter here as the play clock inconsequential.
I mean, if I'm Victor defensively here, all I'm thinking is takeaway. I just want to take away. I'm ripping at that ball. If it's exposed, you're getting after it. If they're going to try and run this out here with a one-score lead, would love to see them, the takeaway here, and just get a little bit more aggressive on defense.
We go to the 4th as we take a look at Tyler Washington. See if he can return to this game. They're checking him out. It's the law offices of William Attar's Friday Night Rivals on CW Rochester.
Finding a quality roofer can be tough.
I'm tough and a little invasive.
I'll beat any price.
But get out. How did you get in here? Dog door.
You don't have a dog?
I do.
Stellar Roofing's professional staff and industry-leading warranty guarantee your investment for decades to come.
Honey, where's the best place to fix chairs?
Bob Johnson.
Chairs, like this one.
Bob Johnson doesn't fix furniture, but we service and repair every car, truck, and SUV there is. Best inventory, best service, best pricing, best people. Bob Johnson. This is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
Wrongful death after a motor vehicle crash? The words say it all, but do not begin to capture the anguish, the suffering, and the loss. It's hard not to be emotional during a time like that. But that's exactly the time when you need someone to be clear-headed, eyes open, and know exactly what has to be done to protect survivors and to get some justice. That someone will be me, William Attar, when you call 444-4444.
Just 8 drivers remain as the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs.
Fighting on the inside.
Shifting to high gear in Las Vegas. Saturday, it's a CW primetime showdown. Where the stakes are high.
Big crash.
The heat is on.
No one is safe. He's going to go for the lead.
And speed is king.
We'll see a lot of action.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. Live this Saturday from Las Vegas at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the CW.
Special thanks to Uncle Buck's right down the road here in Webster, our food sponsor tonight, and the meatballs. So I hear were fantastic.
Yeah. Maybe there's some scraps left behind if we can get down to the truck
We
afterwards.
should, is anybody from the truck want to turn on a mic and tell us how great it was? Yeah. Thank you to Uncle Buck's, though. In all seriousness, we appreciate all of our sponsors here on Friday Night Rivals. As Watkins to begin the 4th. On 2nd down, throws it up, and it's going to be Amico, A.J. Amico, with his 3rd reception tonight. As Mack with the tackle, that's good enough for Tracy Door Company. First down for 3 generations. It's the Tracy Door Company.
A real creative play by Watkins. Everybody's thinking that he's going to tuck and run, and at the last second, finding his receiver downfield. Putting where his guy can get it. Only his guy can get it. Real impressive play. And Watkins has been impressive all night tonight.
He has, and that is, that's not, you don't see too many high school quarterbacks make a play like that. Watkins pulls it down, trying to get to that left corner. He's got the first down, and then wisely stays down inbounds, and he should have that first down. And indeed he does. Another Tracy Door Company first down. For 3 generations, it's the Tracy Door Company.
Now, if Webster caps off this drive with a touchdown, they may have to do it without their wide receiver, their playmaker, number 17, Tyler Washington. We saw him come to the sideline before the end of the third quarter, and you saw as we were going to break there, they were going through a battery of tests with him. He remains on the sideline.
Yeah, it certainly is. We'll mention we're also inside the Ide family of dealerships, Red Zone. Ide, we'd love to earn your business. Certainly looked like they were doing some sort of protocol testing. And without his helmet, that would be an indicator maybe we don't see him again tonight. As the handoff going right between the tackles, and Stevens gets it down to the 8.
Stevens, the ball carrier, makes his way upfield about 5 yards for 2nd and 5 to the Warriors.
Watkins in the offense, and no rush here. Amico looking down at his wristband on the near side. They stay with the 4 wide receivers. Stevens in the backfield. Play clock down to 9. Snap. And the quarterback keeper, Watkins, is trying to muscle his way. And he'll be down inside the 5.
Watkins, the ball carrier, makes his way forward for a Schroeder. First down.
So they will say it's good enough for the first down as you take a look at Michael Stumpf, the head coach, the offensive coordinator, the unique position for him. He's up in the box calling the plays. It's good for a Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations. It is the Tracy Door Company. Call Michelle today at Tracy Door. The snap, and the keeper into the end zone, touchdown. 2nd on the ground tonight for Watkins. Colin Watkins, an American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown, the home improvement company that cares.
Yeah, Colin Watkins has that size as a sophomore, and you're not going to be able to bring him down by just reaching for that jersey, as you see here. He mentioned earlier, he patterns his game after Cam Newton, and boy, when you see him run the ball like that, you see what he's talking about there.
It's and to think too, yeah, he's only a sophomore. Extra point is good. We're back to a 2-score game. Schroeder 28, Victor 14. Victor ball when we come back. Here in the law offices of William Matar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group. Here on CW Rochester.
Local business is at the heart of every community, but lately you're seeing less local and a lot more corporate. But Ide Honda is still locally owned. So when you do business with us, not only are you supporting a local family-owned business, but you're also supporting the hundreds of charities, organizations, sports teams, and events that we're part of in your local community. So if you're in the market for a vehicle or service, please visit us at Ide Honda in Penfield. We're here, we're local, and we'd love to earn your business.
Yeah, we had a West Virginia game here at Danger. I do like the music here. It's been a wide variety here at Schroeder tonight.
My favorite, they played some Taylor Swift earlier. A big smile. I saw you getting down to that.
I was getting down to that because I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but when your baseball team wins, everything sounds a little better, Danger.
Don't say that you're not a Taylor Swift fan too loud. Gene.
Who doesn't like T Swift?
Everybody.
Yeah, that's silly, man. See if Victor can answer there as Jeff Mandel. Remember, that fake punt was brass earlier. Didn't result in a touchdown. That was a drive that ended in an interception, but Down by 2 scores, though. This is not a quick strike Victor offense, as this is the kickoff brought to you by USA Insulation. And that's going to be DeBatis getting it, and they'll sit right down, saving some time there. Not bad field position here for the Blue Devils.
Blue Devils will take over, first and 10, 32-yard line.
Closed captioning, once again, brought to you by the Vinyl Outlet. The Vinyl Outlet, the best in fences, decks, railings, and porches. I don't think you could ask for a better evening here in the month of October.
Hidden weather.
Yeah.
Nice and crisp.
Here's the handoff. Yomis. And Yomis will be tackled. Coeli is over there. So, too, is the corner Travis Washington. As we take a look at some scores from around Section 5, we welcome in once again Kevin Rush.
All right, guys, we're tracking it as always for you in Class A. Canandaigua 14-7 over Brockport. That one in the third. The Wolves trying to stay unbeaten in Class AA. Some interesting scores. UPrep 14-0 over unbeaten Fairport. That one in the third. Hilton has scored late in the third to take a 7-0 lead over Penfield. Aquinas all over RH 50-24. That one in the fourth. And McQuaid trying to get back on track at last check, 14-0 over Pittsford. Of course, next week, Friday Night Rivals wraps up the regular season in Hilton as the Cadets host Aquinas. Now this Swiftie sends it back to you guys.
Why, thank you, Kevin. As
I'm not too worried about McQuaid. I think they're going to shake it off.
Here's the handoff between the tackles. Our director's saying stop. I got nothing for you. I cannot play this game. One of those scorers, UPrep, if they can hold on and win at Fairport, and the job that Isaiah Young has done with that program, they beat McQuaid. Is this the year? Because there's been some years you figure they're going to be the champs. It ends up being McQuaid, as we do have an injured player and a timeout. It's one of the fun storylines. So many storylines here. And as Kevin mentioned, too, Canandaigua. Like, honestly, they're the team to beat in Class A, right?
They have a really good program in Canandaigua. They always do. And I think a lot of it does come down to how you're playing at this time of year. I mean, we talked about it earlier with this Schroeder squad. They start the season 0-3, playing a schedule against teams with a combined record of 17-1. Now they've rattled off 3 straight wins, looking for their 4th straight tonight, and to bring it to Class AA with UPrep. Yeah, you beat McQuaid, the defending 5-time section champ, and you can build off of that with some momentum. UPrep is going to be something to consider here as the regular season winds down in Section 5.
2nd down and 7 after the injury timeout. Papa John, play action. Setting up that screen. It's intercepted. It's Amico on the far side. He's got some room on the far side. Papa John to beat, and he pushes him.
That's a touchdown, Gene.
Not out of bounds. It is a touchdown. It's a pick six. A pick six for A.J. Amico. An American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares. A.J. Amico as they're setting up the screen, and just a wise play by number 13. Just to read that one, step up on the defensive line. That's a D lineman taking that to the house. And now for the first time tonight, Schroeder up by 3 scores. It's not going to get over the crossbar. So our score will remain 34-14. What happened here, Dave? Just a great defensive play.
Good defensive play, and I'm not really sure what Papa John was looking at here. I mean, for lack of a better term, it just felt like a gift that he gave them. You see the play action, and then the pass just...
He doesn't see him. Just how you didn't see Amico until he pops out at the last second. I mean, that is the perfect... If our cameraman, to me, that is exactly what Papa John, you just didn't see him.
Anticipation by Amico, and then great athleticism at the end of the play, by the way. I mean, He's tiptoeing down the sideline there, gets a little push and is able to keep his balance to find the end zone and extend the lead for Schroeder.
For Amico, it's something you will remember for the rest of your life.
No
Pick
question.
6 here on senior night.
What a special night.
Two interceptions for Papa John tonight, and that's also a storyline too, because some missed opportunities to take the ball away from Victor in the first half, and Schroeder taking the ball away in the second half. I'll tell you what, Danger, I am beginning to believe in this Schroeder team and for Class A. I mean, who's to say they can't take it all with some of the talent on this team and how it's coming together? Still, we have 8:01 remaining here as the Bodice will take that.
Yeah, I mean, what you love about them is you mentioned the talent. There's clearly talent on this team, but all three phases, they've just been so complimentary of each other throughout the course of tonight. You've seen plays on special teams. Their defenses has made significant plays, takeaways, scored points on defense now with the pick 6. And, of course, offensively, they've been relying on that arm and the legs of Colin Watkins. They're impressive right now. They're playing really good football at the right time of year.
Robert Green will be the receiver to the near side. Instead, it's going to be Papa John on the far side, and he will find Kriegelstein, and he'll be ducking out of bounds. Boy, what a change, because when Langland took it around the right side, made it a 7-point game, I'm thinking, okay, here comes Victor. They need to get a stop. But just the answer by Schroeder offensively on the next drive. And
turnovers will kill you, too. Turnovers are a killer.
Ball at the 46. The clock starts back up. We get a flag, though.
Ball. False start. Offense. False start.
Yeah. The interception here by Amico, 13. Oh, bringing that in with his left hand.
Yeah. And, Gene, before we got to the second half, I saw him, Amico, on the sideline practicing one-handed catches with his teammates. Because these guys, playmakers, athletes, on full display with that play. Really impressive.
And part of that, too, is the film study. It's the understanding the football IQ. That's a screenplay. And what's a screenplay meant to do? Get past the defensive line. That time, I didn't need to get to the quarterback. Let me go for the interception. Here's Papa John airing it out on the far side. He wanted his speedster Young just a little out of reach.
Yeah, Travis Washington on the coverage back there. And that, I think that was good coverage. I mean, that where the throw was just a little in front of his receiver, but Washington was with him step for step.
It'll stop the clock with 7:23 remaining. Now, we did have the fake punt earlier, but now down by a full 20 points here. And what's interesting here is Schroeder's not going to have a returner back. They're not going to chance it whatsoever. They are keeping their defense in the proper alignment, letting the field position get flipped here. And that'll roll out of bounds. 7:23 remaining, and it's looking really good for the home team here tonight.
Yeah, the Warriors can smell blood in the water. There's some emotion on the sideline right now. 7:23 to go. I mean, with this drive, protect the football, right? Don't let what has happened to Victor tonight happen to you offensively. Protect the football, avoid the takeaways, and walk away with your 4th straight win.
1st and 10 at the 30. Taking a look at that Schroeder coaching box, and Coach Mike Stumpf. And more music from, is this Rocky IV?
No, this would be Karate Kid, Gene. This is great montage. Great montage music here at Schroeder. Kudos to the music director.
I'm failing my 80s music trivia, movie trivia.
You had Rocky IV earlier, Karate Kid now. We just want montages. We'll have a nice montage of highlights after this game, I'm sure.
As the handoff going be between the tackles, and we might just see a lot on the ground here for Schroeder at this point. Mason Naple, good two-way player for this Victor team, number 75.
Yeah, we're seeing some fresh faces there in the backfield as well for Schroeder this drive.
Steven Denner is now in at corner, number 81, for Victor. They're going to bleed clock here as play clock now down to 5. Snap. And the design keeper, and this is not Watkins. This will be Hilfiger bringing it ahead. Another flag.
Chop block. Here.
Chop block where? Oh, here.
Yeah. Yeah, what happened to that auto dealer? Never mind. As one official tossing the flag back to the other. Yeah, it's not, maybe it was Henneberg, 76. Let's take a look. Yeah, I don't think that was intentional. Henneberg was just kind of falling and then block on top of him. The old high-low. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 2nd and 17, keeping it on the ground. And that's going to get back the penalty yardage. As at the bottom of that pile will be Sager playing linebacker.
3rd and 9 for the Warriors. Timeout, Victor.
And Victor will use their first time out here with 5:54 remaining, trying to do what they can here, clawing their way to the end. So Victor with 2 timeouts remaining.
Nice to see Liam Torpy there with the junior running back for Schroeder.
So we got a lot of choices tonight for the Vinyl Outlet Defense Play of the Game. Let's take a look.
The Defense Play of the Game is brought to you by the Vinyl Outlet. The Vinyl Outlet. Let us transform your home.
You know, there was a lot of debate on this, but then Amico coming up with this. Oh, A.J. Amico, the pick 6. Really to kind of seal this game.
Where did he come from, Gene? Out of nowhere. Nobody saw that coming. Gus Papa John fooled on that play, and Amico, not just with the great athletic pick, but the great athleticism down the sideline to stay in bounds and get 6.
The junior A.J. Amico, our Vinyl Outlet Defense Play of the Game. Boy, we could have had the interception by Travis Washington that was in the 3rd quarter, and what about the goal line stand, too? We can't forget that. It wasn't technically a goal line stand, I understand that, but the possession inside the 5-yard line, the turnover on downs right at the end of the first half. 3rd down and 9 for Schroeder.
They're feeling pretty good about the 20-point lead, resting some of their starters from earlier tonight.
And it's going into motion will be Alvaro. The throw coming over to the near side, and who else? It's Amico. Amico in traffic. Amico's going to get the first down. A little screen pass and a tired Victor defense. A.J. Amico with the first down. That's good enough for a Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations. It's the Tracy Door Company. First and 10 up to the 41. And again, Watkins is out. This is Dan Hilfiger. And that will come ahead. And for Hilfiger, there are some games where he has a bigger role here. So just tonight, certainly the hot hand was Watkins.
Yeah. And I think, these reps are only going to aid them in their quest for a Section 5 title. This is going to obviously help their seeding as well, rattling off their 4th straight win.
The snap, and off inside. And it's close to midfield. And again, some good hard running by Liam Torpy, number 24. Bringing up 3rd and short, as this will bring us under 4 minutes to go. It's a young Schroeder team. There's a lot of talent that's going to be coming back next year. Long count here. Play clock down to 6. Oh, there's movement. Schroeder's going to get the first down.
Encroachment. Defense.
A Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations. It is the Tracy Door Company. Doing the math here and assuming Victor does not call a timeout. I think one more first down and you can go to the victory formation. Tyler Ridgey will come out on the offensive line. He's going to check in for Kyle Gary. This is the fun part of the game. Just try to get everybody involved. Play clock down to 12. And it looks like they're going to work it all the way down to 1. And the timeout will be called by Schroeder.
Timeout, Schroeder. 3:08 to go.
With that timeout, we'll take our final break here. We'll have the conclusion and hope to catch up with Schroeder head coach Mike Stump as we have a 20-point lead here for Schroeder on CW Rochester.
Honey, where's the best place to fix chairs?
Bob Johnson.
Chairs, like this one.
Bob Johnson doesn't fix furniture, but we service and repair every car, truck, and SUV there is. Best inventory, best service, best pricing, best people. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
I think you know that's a sign that feeling good about that. That's Coach Stump still with the headset on. He's gonna take the walk down. Does anybody give him a high five on the way down? Let's see.
I mean, there we go.
Yeah,
some of the faithful recognized Coach did a great job, and maybe that's a family member, but a big win for this program. The Warriors improved to 4-3 with this win tonight.
So with that timeout, that stopped the game clock at 3:08. Hilfiger will be out of the shotgun. They're going to keep it on the ground, as you can imagine, as Torpy. Well, he didn't like what was ahead of him, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. Oh, it is not letting go of that ankle was Mason Naple. All the way back to the 49, a loss of 5 on the play.
Torpy's going to need a new shell underneath there. That shirt got stressed a little bit on that play.
Second and 16 for the Warriors.
Second down and 15. 3 wide receivers. And Hilfiger just calm present. Winding that play clock down to 3-2. There's the snap. And Torpy, everybody know from Victor knowing that they want to run the ball. And we might see the Victor offense one more time here. This is going to be third and very long coming up. Brings us under 2 minutes to go. $20 on the play clock. Third down and 16, we'll call this. Play clock at 4. There's the snap, and it's a throw to the far side. And staying in bounds, wisely so. Richard Rinaldi. So Richard Rinaldi getting his first catch on his first target tonight, number 8. 5'6" junior. Nobody is deep back here for Victor as they're keeping their base defense in position. Actually, they're going to go for it. What am I saying? Schroeder's going to keep their offense on the field with 48 seconds remaining. The handoff going to Torpy. Torpy had a steam getting to the outside. And Schroeder will turn it over on downs. And they run a few extra seconds off the clock, down to 39. Oh, and this is stuff you don't want to see at the end of any game.
Victor will take over. Flying on the play.
Well, it is still an emotional game. And
you have to play it emotionally. I get that, yeah.
Yeah, and even though it's in hand, I'm sure there's some jawing.
Personal foul. Hit.
There you go. Some pushing, some shoving.
J.R. Madison.
Nice job by teammates and the officials not letting that escalate.
Yeah, as the linesman is calling for a ball. There we go. And they're going to mark this off against Schroeder. So mark it down to 39. This doesn't eliminate Victor, but at 2-5, 3-5, I couldn't tell you what their scenario would be at this point. Talking about the 8 teams that qualify for sectional play with one more game to go, as keeping it on the ground has steam, and that will be good enough for a first down, as that'll be Dre Yomas. The Tracy Door Company. For 3 generations, it is the Tracy Door Company.
Eli Ricky getting the call at quarterback here to close out the game.
So let's show you, while they have the timeout, how we got here, and it was the duo we expected. Watkins to Washington with the touchdown. Tyler Washington, 7-0. Watkins with the first of 2 on the ground. This from 6 yards out. That made it 14-0. But then Papa John, after a long drive, takes it himself 14-6. Watkins handing it off. This after a long kickoff return. Aiden Stevens able to cap it off in the end. But then some really nice speed by Langen. Langen getting around the corner. What do you know? It's 21-14. Do we have a game? Well, it's going to be Watkins again into the end zone. The rushing touchdown. And then the big play of the game, it would be a pick 6 to seal it. Ricky on the run, throwing end zone, and he had a guy going to the pylon on the far side. That was DeBatis, just out of reach, stopping the clock with 26 seconds remaining in this game. So the Blue Devils will huddle up here. So the freshman Eli Ricky pitching it near side. Yomas. And Yomas will get it inside the 20 and get it down to the 14-yard line with 18 seconds remaining. That'll stop the clock. Good enough for another Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations. It is the Tracy Door Company, and we're back inside the Ide family of dealerships Red Zone. Ide, we'd love to earn your business. And that will do it tonight. Victor will not run another play as the teams are lining up near midfield. That's the 4th straight win for this Webster Schroeder Warrior team, and they are going to be a team you're going to have to deal with coming up in upcoming sectional play. Our final score here tonight, 34-14. Stay tuned. Kevin Roche will be downstairs, and we'll be talking to the victorious Schroeder Warriors here on the law offices of William & Tyre's Friday Night Rivals on CW Rochester.
In these challenging times, our dedicated team at American Custom continues to provide top quality installations to every customer. We apply attention to every detail. You can trust our team to make sure the job is done right. Call American today.
Local business is at the heart of every community. But lately, you're seeing a lot less local and a lot more corporate. But Ide Volkswagen is still locally owned. So when you do business with us, not only are you supporting a local family-owned business, but you're also supporting the hundreds of charities, sports teams, events, and organizations that we take part of in your community. So if you're in the market for a vehicle or service, please visit us at Ide Volkswagen in East Rochester. We're here, we're local, and we'd love to earn your business.
I know winter is the last thing you want to think about right now, but now is the time to get your home ready. Most homes have a hidden problem. They're poorly insulated, especially older homes. And ordinary insulation is too weak for a Rochester winter. Your home needs foam. So call now and save up to 80% with federal and New York State funding. For some people, it's even free while funds are available. Why would you go another day paying high energy bills when you don't have to?
USA Insulation. Since 1986, American Custom has provided home improvements to the entire Rochester area.
Now is the season to replace your old windows and upgrade to better quality that will last.
Call American Custom. Let us make your home look like new again.
Just 8 drivers remain as the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs.
Fighting on the inside.
Shifting to high gear in Las Vegas. Saturday, it's a CW primetime showdown. Where the stakes are high.
Big crash.
The heat is on.
No one is safe. He's going to go for the lead.
And speed is king.
We'll see a lot of action.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. Live this Saturday from Las Vegas at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the CW.
All 3 phases getting it done tonight for Webster Schroeder. 34-14, the final. We go downstairs to Kevin Roche.
All right, Gene, thanks so much here with the victorious Webster Schroeder Warriors. 34-14 over Victor. And Coach Stump, that defense tonight came up clutch for you. How big were they? 2 interceptions in that fourth quarter stand we talked about to end the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. The end of the first half, like when they made that stop, I think that kind of set the tone. And then Travis Washington had a huge pick down here when they were driving to slow them down. And then obviously AJ had the pick 6. Like you can't ask for more than getting what's the defense scores, man. We're in good shape, I'll tell you that.
From 0-3 to 4-3 now, how much has this team improved over the last few weeks, and how much will they be a team to reckon with come the sectional playoffs in a couple weeks?
Well, we're definitely getting better. There's no question, but we still have a long way to go. So we're going to work hard and get better each day. But we're not in the sectionals yet. We have one more step to climb. We have to figure out a way to somehow win next week. That's the most important thing to us. If we can do that, then we'll be in sectionals. But that's our focus. We got to win next week. That's the number one thing we got to worry about.
Total team effort here tonight, but obviously some big plays from your seniors on senior night. To get a victory on senior night for these guys, Sean Streggy told me it hasn't happened in a while here. To get that here tonight on senior night, what does it mean to you to get it for them?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, listen, I want to win every night. I don't care if it's senior night. I don't care if it's opening night. I don't care if it's homecoming. We want to win every game we play. We'll absolutely take it. Coach Stragey has a short memory. We won it in 2022 for senior night, so just so he knows.
We knew you would remember that. Well, Coach, we know there's one more in the regular season. It's at Webster Thomas next Friday night. Congratulations, though. First, Week 7, Friday Night Rivals champions, the Webster Schroeder Warriors. Congratulations. Team.
Enjoy it, gentlemen. Yeah, you worked hard for that. That's Aiden Stevens and everybody enjoying that.
That's a scene that never gets old.
No, and celebrate that tonight, and that should be a lot of fun. Schroeder and Thomas coming up next week. Now, next week, we are going to the other side of the county. AQ and Hilton AA. Now, seeding's very important when it comes to this matchup. Aquinas and Hilton, two teams that certainly you want to be wary of come sectional time. It'll be the regular season finale next week on Friday Night Rivals. Mike Danger, your final thoughts here tonight?
Matt, really impressed with the athleticism of this Schroeder football team. Colin Watkins, fantastic at quarterback, both pre-snap and of course making plays with his feet and with his arm. And for Victor, no reason to hang your head. I mean, you're maybe below expectation this season, but a lot of young talent on that team, and you know that you're a well-coached program that's going to rebound quickly.
These broadcasts are not possible without our wonderful sponsors. The law offices of William Attar, thank you. Bob Johnson Automotive Group, Triple O Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing, Platinum HVAC, as well as Lakeside Roofing, Tracy Door, The Vinyl Outlet, USA Insulation, the Ide family of dealerships, Stellar Roofing, American Custom Exteriors and Interiors, and thank you at home for watching here tonight as we go to Hilton next week. For the entire team here, our director Eric Carpy, our sideline reporter Kevin Roche, and Mike Danger, my name is Gene Battaglia. Here in Week 7, the Warriors of Webster Schroeder coming out on top. Have a good night, everyone.